Welcome to Good Mythical More. Have you ever looked at ancient Greek pottery and thought to yourself, what does that mean?
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna be thinking as we look at ancient Greek pottery and telling Stevie and you what it means.
But first, we're gonna freeze frame.
Good luck with that, because I'm already basically frozen. Oh, I can do that. Did I make the freeze frame though?
We look like babies.
Did I make the freeze frame? I think I did.
We don't have to make the freeze frame.
Never know what those say. I mean, did they you know what I mean. You know what I mean. When's the last time you went to a museum? That's the only place I would see ancient Greek pottery. I mean, I
went to
don't like see it.
I went to the British Museum.
Otherwise.
But it wasn't very recent. Like a museum that would have such artifacts.
I'm gonna be honest. Whenever I've seen pottery of any ancient ilk in a museum, I haven't spent a lot of time on it.
You just glaze over?
Stevie, hit us while we're ready.
I was gonna say, because Rhett at some point in time is going to Peru. There is a museum in Lima called Museo Larco, and it's all erotic, pre-Columbian erotic pottery.
Oh, pre-Columbian. I thought you were about to say something else.
Okay.
Well, when the Colombians show up, things got more erotic. I will tell you that. I've known a Colombian. What? Oh, Columbus? Well, she said Colombian. I've never heard pre-Columbian refer to the.
I would recommend going there. I think
Colombians
it was really nice.
They're a sexual culture.
All right. I've got a lot of things planned.
Based on the one Colombian that I know.
I've been there. Okay. I'm going to show you this, and you're going to tell me what's happening, and I'm going to tell you if you're right.
So there's a guy with his foot on another guy's, I think this is scrotal inspection.
No, it's not. No.
Hamstring stretching?
Because his right hand is on the glute.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, see, his right arm is coming over.
Oh.
And grasping the glute.
His right arm, it's his left arm. His left arm is under the knee of the left.
And you can't forget the robed man who has a large fork.
I think he's a referee.
So what they're doing is they're each testing the tenderness of the glute, and then the big man with the fork is going to pierce one glute. This is called pierce picking.
No, it's called glute popping.
Glute popping. They're gonna pop one of them glutes. But they have to make a collective decision. He's just standing there impatiently waiting to pop a glute.
And you see how he's averting his eyes, or he might be looking straight at his bits.
Yeah. Right.
What's happening?
Yep.
Pop a glute. Close. It is pancration, which is a ancient Greek sport of sorts that combined wrestling, boxing, and kicking. And the guy with the big fork is the judge.
The referee.
And it says
That's right.
It may highlight the particular danger of the event to the competitors, the fact that judge is there with that big fork.
Mm.
So they're wrestling and kicking.
But this is an interesting move. It looks like it's the beginning of some sort of, you could turn that into a figure four if you kept going at it.
I think the guy went for a roundhouse kick with his left leg, and then the other guy blocked it and then scooped underneath, and then he's in a vulnerable position of being one-legged.
This reminds me of the fact that short-form media has changed the way all of us are exposed to basically everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah,
and
I hate it.
I don't watch any actual fighting sports.
Yeah.
But what I see people get knocked out all the time.
You just see
I see the knockout. I just see the clip of the knockout. Isn't that weird? We're just seeing the knockout moments. We're not seeing the fight that led up to us. What does that led up to it? What is that doing to us as a culture?
It's making us impatient brain mushers.
Yeah, brain rot.
Next. Okay. This rooster is clearly taking this man by surprise by running through his legs and giving him the old whoop, whoop.
This is actually not what it seems. This is the first ever iteration of that costume. And those little legs are the man's legs.
Yeah.
And this is just a costume. It's just a man who looks like he's riding a chicken, because that's the only possible explanation for something to be this proportioned.
Yeah. I love it.
This is the full description. This young man astride a rooster touches the bird's neck with his right hand and curiously rests his toes on the framing circle. The meaning is not evident, but the reference undoubtedly has to do with the rooster as a love gift.
A love gift, because they weren't that big back then. They haven't gotten smaller.
No, people were very small, though.
Oh.
People were very, very tiny.
Greek people were small?
8 to 12 inches tall at one point. Yes, very, very small.
Small enough to fit on a plate. The rooster.
I do like the fact that he's interacting with the circle of the plate. That is a cool little feature. Like, if you're doing art,
yeah, that's cool.
and you can make it look like somebody's leaning up against the frame points, you know?
Yep.
I do that in all my pics.
I mean, if roosters could be that big, and that's a regular sized modern day human, I'd be scared. I'm just saying I'd be scared.
If somebody said we're having wings, you'd be like,
no, thank
multiple? Really? How many people are coming?
Oh yeah, didn't you want to taste the 2 curly fries?
you. Yes.
Because
So,
I
want to
think-
know which ones were better.
I maintain
the
that Carl's
Arby's
Jr.
ones
is
were way
better.
better. Oh really?
Because I think the Arby's.
You
have
said
more-
the
got rid
Carl's
of-
Jr.'s one had more seasoning, which is interesting because I feel like the Arby's are kind
Damien's
of like
bringing a
a
trash can
flavor.
Well, they were on top of the trash can.
Oh, do we not have them?
Yeah, we have them.
Oh, okay.
Arby's are crispier.
Arby's,
Oh, no, they're not crispier.
Carl's Jr. They
Carl's
look
Jr. are crispier.
exactly the same. And then do they have the same seasoning?
I don't want to eat them. They were in the trash.
So neither one was Carl's Jr.
Oh, neither one of them was Carl's Jr.
One's
That's Jack, in the Box.
and one's Arby's.
And I think I got them
The
wrong.
Carl's
most.
Jr.'s one, you were like, ew, this tastes like burnt oil with a little fish. That was Carl's
Yeah, I
Jr.
should have known because they've got big fish there. They fry fish there. They're putting the fish in there with the fries.
Here's the problem with curly fries. The seasoning is not good enough. Curls are great, but they just don't taste.
They need some Cajun seasoning on
We
them?
just need something different. We need to go in a different direction that I was thinking Carl's Jr. went into.
You know what's better than all these?
They taste the same now that I can see
A
them.
Bojangles fry with some Bojangles seasoning on it. It's better than everything we just had.
Especially the floppy ones.
You think a Bojangles seasoned fry is better than a cookout seasoned fry?
Yes.
I think so. But you know, I usually don't get the fries at Cookout.
Cookout fries are good. They're flat and they can get floppy.
I get a barbecue sandwich with slaw.
I like the barbecue sauce.
That's a really good barbecue sandwich.
I've never gotten that at Cookout because I can't get away from the burgers because I love the burgers.
You should try.
How about this?
Okay.
A lot going on here.
This is furries. They all have tails.
So they're the man on the left with the tail is draping something over the man with the bits pointed up.
What is he holding? Is that some sort of swan?
The one on the right is, what is it? They're pouring something
Into the guy's. Oh, no.
on the swan's head.
No, I think that's just a bag of wine. You know, like how you would get like, oh, you know what it is? You would take an udder off of a cow and you would make that into like a
wine
canteen, a wine sack. And so this is,
So they're filling a wine sack, and then there's a guy under there who's catching the dribblings that don't go into the sack.
but they are basically, this is a sexy time kind of thing. Anytime you put on a tail, so there's something sexual involved in that.
Is the tail
It's not,
on with a belt?
yeah, it's a belted tail. It's not one of the ones that attaches to a butt plug.
So these are furries. Greek furries trying to save every last drop of wine that doesn't go into the udder sac.
And we recognize that this may be too literal of an interpretation.
This is like what they had instead of cereal boxes or other packaging to read.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what you looked at while you were eating.
Yeah. This just says that this vase depicts reveling satyrs. SATYRS.
They're reveling. They're having a grand old
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
putting
yeah.
the tails on and drinking the wine.
I really want to know what they're doing though.
It's just drinking.
They're just reveling?
It's like a keg stand,
Yeah.
but it's a keg sit, and it's a bag.
Yeah.
It's a bag sit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the old bag sit. You could do this with a wine bag. Have you ever had just a wine bag just held over you like this? Like from a box?
From a wine
Because you know
box?
there's a bag inside every box.
The box is really unnecessary. If you're going camping, that's a good thing to do. It's just you take the bag out of the box.
Take the bag out of the box.
Then you don't have much when you come down. I've never done it, but I just thought that up.
But the thing is about stacking, though. You can't stack a bag.
You can
Okay, this next one is really intricate.
So we have a double-fisted machete woman, a staff woman who's very much like her,
the referee.
and then
Over there on the left, we've got
is that Paul Revere?
somebody with a horned cap roasting marshmallows.
Yeah, he's cooking s'mores.
And then there's a lady. Is the lady short or is she taking a knee?
The lady is the queen. She's sitting down. Her
She's doing an air
boy,
chair.
Paul Revere, is roasting the first ever s'mores, and then this lady with the double machete, she thought there was going to be more to cut than actually there was. So she's showing up way over prepared. She's like, I thought it was going to be meat of some kind, and I'm totally ready, but it's just marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers.
But it's only marshmallows. Is that white thing over the Paul Revere's left shoulder a graham cracker?
I think
Or is that a reflection?
is a zipper.
Yeah, there's a zipper on
It is a
side
zipper.
of the pottery.
It's a zipper. It's a floating zipper.
You can unzip this pottery.
Yeah.
I think this is an execution. I mean, she's about to chop somebody's head off, and then I think he's going to stick a roasted marshmallow down her neck.
Yep. He's right. Execution.
Persephone, the daughter of the goddess Demeter, was condemned to spend half of each year with Hades,
Yes.
the ruler of the underworld.
Yes.
In this grandiose representation, Persephone ascends to earth through a rocky outcrop. She's guided by Hermes, the divine messenger, and Hecate, a goddess of fertility, magic, and dark things who typically carries torches. At the far right stands the regal Demeter, waiting to receive her daughter and the renewal of life that her return engendered.
What about the double knife?
I think those are torches.
No, I think the marshmallow is a torch. That's Hermes. I don't really know who the person with the two knives are.
She said it was the other.
I guess it's Persephone.
It was Persephone.
No, Persephone's coming up out of the ground. She's in the far
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Oh no! But who's standing in the middle? Because I thought you said that with two torches.
Those aren't torches.
I know they don't look like torches, but well,
We need to go to the Met Museum.
does it really matter?
What have they kept in that?
Doesn't even really matter.
Fruit Loop?
It's beautiful. I will say that.
I'm tired of it.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
I mean, people would look at pottery like we look at our phones, man.
Like a TV show.
All right.
Well, first of all, the guy on the far right is excited.
He is. He's pitching a tent.
He's pitching a tent.
And he's pointing.
So he's into what? So he's turned on by whatever is happening. Okay, so
There's a guy seated at a table holding a magnifying glass or a turkey leg.
and are we assuming that the man on the table is on the table and not in the
I
background?
think he's in the background.
No, I think he's on the table.
Okay, he's on the table.
Because he's holding up a handkerchief.
But you see how the man on the left is gesturing with his fingers out, and it's like he's put something on the table. It implies a motion of, here's something for you. So he's like throwing something on the table.
I think they are washing the feet of Icarus. That's what I think's happening.
I think he's in the background, and I think that I think this is some sort of a store. There's like socks hanging from the ceiling.
They didn't have backgrounds.
There's bags.
They didn't know about backgrounds.
They didn't know about depth.
They didn't know about depth yet, I don't think. I mean, they did, but they couldn't figure out how to draw it.
I mean,
He's on the table.
why is Icarus, he's white. He's got white skin. Mm-hmm. Nobody else has the white skin.
Right? But the guy who has the erection, he has a white beard.
He has a white beard.
And that guy on the left has one of those things like you had one time where it's a chair that deploys when you go into the squatting position.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That happened here.
That was a very popular TikTok.
I think this is some sort of commerce. And the person sitting down is
A cobbler.
examining, but there's a big bowl under the table.
But what is the handkerchief for? He's bringing his tunic up so that his white feet are exposed.
Well, you're right about that. This is a pedicure location. This is a pedicure.
Yeah, it's pedicurist.
A view into a shoemaker's shop
I said cobbler.
You said
reveals a young female customer standing on a table for a fitting,
No
while
depth.
an older man, distinguished by his white beard and hair and erection, her father, that didn't say erection, leans on his
He's really
cane
into shoes.
and points to the seated cobbler, who gestures back with an open palm. The bearded shoemaker leans forward to cut the leather soles around the woman's feet, while his apprentice works on another sandal.
You're so right, dude.
Oh,
they
they
don't
put-
know about depth. And there's socks up there. We
They
should
step onto leather, and then they cut around the feet.
Yes.
This is the best way to make shoes. Why did we stop?
Well, it's very personal.
Yeah.
It involves having to go and stand on a table. Takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I see why we got rid of it.
I mean, the manufacturing processes that
We would have to go to the Nike store, and it would just be a big rubber mat,
right.
and you would stand on it, and they would cut your soles out. Mm-hmm. And be like, I want the Nike logo in the middle now. Don't give me one of those half logos. It'd be a.
I
it'd be a
am
nightmare.
proud of you. You really
Well,
figured
I
it
can
out with
see-
my help.
I can see a cobbler pottery when I need to. You make cobbler out of that too.
One more. I'm loving this. We're back on the plate.
Okay. All right.
So we've got a naked person.
We got two boys. One has his twig and berries out.
Facing away, but then
He
he's
seems
turning back.
pleased.
He's got a bowl in his hand, and the other guy's doing a motion. The guy on the left is doing a hand motion, as for what he wants. I think this is what I want you to do
Right. Yeah.
with your hands. This is fun times, sexy times.
But what would he be doing if it was like this?
Playing a saxophone.
Based on what I'm seeing, now he might be a grower, not a shower, but based on what I'm seeing, I don't know if he can feel those hands.
I think this is a gay plate.
It's a gay plate.
It's just simply a gay plate.
Yeah, this is one of the first gay plates.
Are we right?
Two revelers, one playing the double flute, the other holding a skyfause, which is a deep drinking cup.
Yeah.
But where's the flute? Is it invisible? Or has it faded
I think
away over
they're
time?
Black flutes.
It's a black flute. Yeah.
They only
It's
have
in the
two
background,
colors.
and backgrounds don't exist.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, we were right.
Yeah.
Totally gay plate.
Gay plate.
Rhett the Bean Wizard, Pin of the Month, is live now at mythical.com for only 24 hours.